Exploring lakes, rivers, and reservoirs across the country with an unyielding goal to enlighten viewers from a fisheye perspective. Come along and we'll investigate the habitat. Much more than a fishing show, this is an eye-opening aquatic experience. Welcome to Kim Stricker's Hook and Look. In fishing, the term honey hole describes a particular location which yields numbers of quality fish, providing a maximum opportunity to get bit. Today, Kim and his guest, Robert Shamblin, reap the rewards from one particular sweet spot, a tightly grouped school of smallmouths, condensed in a small area dictated by the current. Facing upriver, these hungry bass are focused and eager to strike, one after another. It's mid-August, and over the course of the summer, local fishermen have sensed a change taking place on legendary Lake St. Clair. There seems to be a sudden decline in the goby population, and smallmouth bass fishing is now reverting back to pre-goby patterns. Deeper presentations along the bottom have been less than stellar this season. However, with unwavering determination, tightly packed groups of hungry smallmouths can be found along shallow flats, feeding on native shiners and yellow perch.
What we've got here, there's a point light that sticks out in the flat, and the way the current comes across it, there's weeds in a flat. We're going to be casting anywhere from 2 foot to 15 foot. But is that bottom or a fish?
I don't know.
Ooh, that's a fish. God, I just got whacked.
Oh, okay.
Man, he popped it. I can't believe I didn't get him. This bait is just, it's like a natural presentation. You're throwing up current and you're bringing it back. So it's kind of drifting down with the current like a injured fish. There you go. Good one, Robert. They do.
Oh, look at that.
Woo! And they like the bite in the nasty weather too.
Let me get him over here to the net. Oh.
No hurry, no hurry. No hurry. Get the fun out of them. There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
Good going, buddy. Nice, solid.
Wow. Look at that.
Awesome. Start. Good start. They're here.
They're here?
Now we just got to work them.
Woo!
Well, let me see if I can catch me one. But you did, you caught him off shallow. But they come up on that top of that point and then they work off the end.
Yeah, he was
along the weed line.
Just before it went off the edge, it felt like he just tap.
Well, there's a lot more where he came from. Thanks for tuning in. Considering the conditions and after seeing a couple of these fish break the surface, it felt like a perfect scenario for a topwater bait. So I made a wise decision and switched to a KVD Splash Junior. That didn't seem like one of the big ones, but
Babloosh.
that one looks like a good one. I think we're gonna switch to topwater for a little bit. That seems like a better fish. Oh, they all seem good. They all seem good. Ooh, that ain't a bad fish. Look at the ones behind him. Look behind him.
Oh,
look
yeah,
at
look at that.
Look at that.
Nice.
That's the thing about when you get on these wads like this, man.
Look at the one behind him is giant.
Yes. All right.
Sweet.
All right.
Whoop, a little better hook release that time.
No kidding. He didn't quite get it as good. Not a giant, you know, by no means, but there's better ones there. We'll let him go. That is a little smaller KVD Splash. topwater. Right now they're eating these little bitty bait fish, little shiners that are working in this spot right here. And that size right there seems to be perfect right now.
If you like what you see on today's program, be sure to like us on Facebook as well. We'll be right back. Hook and Look is brought to you by Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Seagar, always the best. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. AquaView, reinventing underwater cameras. And by Boat US Angler. Welcome back to Hook and Look. Kim and his guest Power Pole Vice President Robert Shamblin are targeting a compact group of smallmouth bass along the edge of a St. Clair River channel. It's really no secret that smallmouth bass are triggered by an erratic action and sound and are noticeably competitive with each other while feeding in groups. Often, when you hook one fish, others within the school get hyped up due to the frantic commotion and initiate a feeding frenzy. Designed to the specifications of Kevin Van Dam, the KVD Splash is the perfect balance of spitting, chugging, and walking action to entice these spirited fish on the water's surface, as Kim and Robert demonstrate.
I just love topwater, isn't it awesome?
Oh, yeah.
And smallmouth especially, they kill it.
Oh! Yeah.
Do it again.
He rolled on it pretty quick. Oh,
Ooh,
nice!
That one's got it. That was a better fish, I think. Ooh, that's a good fish. Big black one.
This net ready for you.
I just love this, man.
Oh, look at him chase it.
He's got it.
Whoa! God, man, he's a good
So wide right here.
Whoa!
Look at him behind it, too.
Yeah, that is a better
The
fish.
thing is, we pulled the school off the
Oh, man.
Well, here, let's put some nets on him. We're going to make a real mess now. Well, he's only 8-pound test, remember?
All
Florida
right,
boys.
ready?
You Florida boys. There we go.
Yeah,
that's a couple of decent fish.
There's some meat in the net.
Woo!
Man, I was reeling in to get you. I mean, he just came after. Did you see that?
Oh, gosh.
Man. Oh, good job.
You got that one?
Like a pro.
All right. Look at there. Come on over here.
Sweet.
Let's see, a Florida boy doesn't get a chance to catch a bunch of smallmouth.
Yeah, no, not very often.
Nope.
Those are nice.
Fantastic. Well, let's get back up on that. Their group waiting on us. Yeah, we're lucky we don't have seagulls diving on these, because we'll get to some spots where you can't even throw. Oh, is that a good one? I saw him come right up, man. That's a nice one, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a real nice one. Yeah. Ooh.
Get the net for you here.
Oh. Take it easy with those little hooks. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
That's not a largemouth. That's a smallmouth. When I bring them up now, scoop. There you go. You got to time those babies. They won't give up. I mean, a 10-pound largemouth will give up a lot sooner than a smallmouth will. They keep bulldogging.
Well, look at the color of that underneath.
Yeah. Man, those are sharp hooks in that bait as well. Come on out of there, sweetheart. That's a good, solid St. Clair smallmouth. Absolutely. Well, let's let him go. Go on, baby. Whoa! You got him?
No.
Nice strike, but let's take a look at it again. At first glance, it appears a fish blasts Robert's lure and he simply loses it. But when we observe it slowly, frame by frame, we're witnessing a competitive feeding frenzy In actuality, two smallmouths practically bump heads in a frantic attempt to engulf the lure. The fish on the left proved to be more successful. However, to Robert's dismay, when he sets the hook, the fish pulls off and launches in the air. Luckily for Robert, though,
Whoa!
the frenzied pursuit continued.
That one I got.
This is awesome. Do they like the KVD splash?
Man, they are loving this thing right now.
Oh, that's a nice fish,
yeah.
Robert.
Let me get over here and get the net.
Yeah. Little drag gripper here.
Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah. Look at that
Oh,
smallmouth.
look at this beast. Oh, yeah.
You my man. Woo! Show the folks at home there.
Look at his eye there, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little different. Nice. That's a little smallmouth there.
It was pretty awesome just how many fish were stacked in such a small area. And in an effort to give Robert some better insight of the spot, we briefly power poled down on the flat and dropped down the AquaView camera for a quick peek.
Oop, look at it. Oh, gosh.
Nice.
They come swimming by. They're there, right
Oh,
there,
look
right
at
there,
that.
right
Yeah.
there.
Lots of them. Boy, the clarity on that thing is amazing.
It is.
Coming up next, Kim and Danny dive with a school of lake sturgeon.
Hi, I'm Mike Thomas, Fisheries Research Biologist with the Michigan DNR at the Lake St. Clair Research Station. Recently, we asked Hook and Look to accompany us on Lake St. Clair to capture underwater footage of Lake Sturgeon.
I haven't seen anything on the bottom, like a fish stirred up and swam away. We're looking up in the water column as well to see if they're suspended. Dad, straight in front of me. Look up, look up, look up.
There it is.
Follow me, I'm following one right in front
He's
of me.
following one. He's on one.
I'm with you. He's swimming away, but he's not darting away. He has no idea that I'm right next to him. He's just sitting here moving along. This is the first I've ever seen one live. He's turning back your way, Dan. He's just cruising on top of the Area. This is so cool. I wish he'd sit still so this will wear a guy out.
Oh! One just jumped 30 feet, 40 feet from you guys.
There's another one straight in front of us, straight in front
He's
of
on
us.
another one.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's a good one. That's pretty hard on an old man following these things. Again, they're just cruising on top of this area. Got another one to the left-hand side, Dad.
Another one to the left.
We got two of them in my screen now.
He's got two in the screen at one time.
I love it. I love it. They're cool. I was chasing one, and then all of a sudden another one crossed paths right in front of me. I had two. Mike, does it sound like we're having fun?
Yeah, it sounds like you guys are having a ball. We're having fun just listening to you.
I knew it would be like this. But again, I'm not seeing anything that could tell me why they're here. I'm not seeing any forage. I see these open pockets in the grass, and I'm looking to see if I see gobies.
I'm really interested if you're able to see any that are down feeding on the bottom. Normally they don't do that among weedy areas like that, but they would probably be feeding on really small stuff that you wouldn't notice, like small snails and mayfly nymphs, other benthic invertebrates.
We haven't seen any spot on the bottom that looks like that was happening.
Yeah, it's possible that they're feeding on something else up in the water column just above the weeds where you're seeing them cruising. That's really interesting.
Right there, Danny. There's a nice sturgeon just swimming by.
Just swimming by. This is great.
They just kind of just steadily swim ahead of you. Don't let you get quite as close as I'd like to get. But I tell you, when they dart, you feel the movement when they dart their tail. It would hurt if they hit you, I think. There's a big one.
There's a big one. There's a big one, he said. There's a big one.
Big one that's got a lamprey hanging on the back of its tail. There goes another one right alongside of it.
You just saw two.
There's a huge school of sturgeon here. If I would have had box on my mic, you would have heard me scream. We were following that one with the lamprey, and I almost got kicked by another one right above my head.
Lake sturgeon are heavily parasitized by silver lamprey in Lake St. Clair. Silver lamprey are one of the native species of lamprey we have in the Great Lakes and in Michigan. They have co-evolved with lake sturgeon so that they are not a mortality problem for lake sturgeon. Silver lamprey have a suction cup mouth full of teeth, and those teeth are used to irritate the skin, causing it to bleed, and they feed on the blood from those wounds on lake sturgeon.
We're getting our exercise today.
I just saw one jump about halfway between you and where we have the other boat anchored.
I just saw a smallmouth along with a big old sturgeon.
He's a big old sturgeon, he said.
I'm getting a beautiful shot of a lamprey on an unhot. Oh, you're right there.
They're yelling at each other.
That's awesome. I had two come up. The one bumped right into my camera. Now that was awesome. How awesome, man. You touched it. You touched it.
It sounds like you're having fun.
You think so? I had a personal encounter with a lake sturgeon. I touched the tail of the first one, and then the other one was right there, and he turned right into my camera, and I petted his head.
He petted his head.
Without question, that was truly an unprecedented encounter for both Danny and I. I want to thank Mike Thomas and James Zellinger for their assistance in helping make this rare and exhilarating experience possible. Lake sturgeon are descendants of prehistoric fish, and when comparing these giants to dinosaurs, I would have to say they're more like a brontosaurus. Although shark-like in presence and power, they have the demeanor of a dairy cow.
We'll be right back with some more fishing when Hook and Look returns.
Want more underwater content? Subscribe to our YouTube channel. This portion of Hook and Look is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude E-Tech. Deep Blue Coffee. Dive in. And by Sportfish Michigan.
A lot of people ask us, what would happen if we drove off with our power pole in the down position? And the answer is nothing will happen to your power pole or your transom, because every power pole anchor has been engineered since day one with built-in drive-off protection. One more benefit of a hydraulic system is having that release valve built into both directions of the pump so that there's no harm to your transom or to the unit itself. The only damage will be to your ego when you're talking to your friends at the dock.
Over the years, I've considered myself somewhat of a river rat and enjoy fishing around moving water. I've learned to visibly read the current from the surface, and have also spent a great deal of time underwater in an effort to better educate myself as to the effects of the water's turbulence. The most important thing you need to know about fishing a river system is that the current will dictate the precise positioning of the fish. Smallmouth bass like to be near a moderate current. However, they prefer to position themselves where the current has been reduced by an eddy. In fluid dynamics, an eddy is the swirling motion and current reversal caused when the water flows past an obstacle. In today's particular scenario, there are two obstacles present: bottom contour as well as weed growth. Combined, they create an ideal location for bass to comfortably hold, waiting to ambush prey as it drifts downstream. Yeah, it was calm earlier. Now that wind's starting to come up. Ooh, that's a big one.
Nice.
That is a good one. Right on that edge. Look at that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a dandy. That is. You got it in the net the first try, too. There's a good one.
There's what you're looking for.
Oh,
nice.
Yes. Woo! Stop, I'll grab you. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Sweet.
They are on that topwater stuff today.
Excellent.
Before that front, that is so awesome, man. I'm telling you. Get it back in the water. I want to thank Robert Shamblin for not only joining us today, but for his appreciation and PowerPole's support of our program. Hey, without marketing partners like PowerPole, there wouldn't be a Hook and Look, and we kindly ask that you give their products a look. Next week, newly retired NFL place kicker Jason Hansen accompanies us for a fish fest. A holder of multiple NFL records following his 21-year career with the Detroit Lions, Jason may have booted his last football, but reveals to us all he now gets his kicks on the water. We're kicking bass next week on
Hook and Look.
Hook and Look is a Kim Stricker production.